Okay, so let's take a look at how you can import CSV dataset in Power BI. So basically, when you log into your Power BI workspace, you'll find that you have this option of create. Now here you have option to manually enter the data or pick a existing dataset, or simply try options like importing from file or database. Okay, alternatively you can also use Power BI desktop to get the local data. Now before we go for that, what I will do, I will pick the Power BI local version, which is desktop version. Next thing, we will take a look at CSV data, right? So here are some of the data sets. Okay, so this I found on Google, plenty of files, US consumption data, macroeconomics data, and few other data sets. Okay, so some of them are very low as they have very minimal number of rows, like 20-25, while others are too big, like 61,000 rows or so. So if you are on free Power BI version, I would recommend going with the smaller data set under 500 or so, right? Alternatively, you can choose other data sets. Okay, make sure they are in CSV file. There are other formats available as well, but we will specifically restrict to CSV, right? So here you can see project datasets. This page 2 has some of the datasets that you can use. Then there is stats NZ, right, where you have business data for year 21 and 2 sorted by quarters, right? Now let me just go to desktop version. Right here you can see Power BI desktop has get data option. Right here you can also find add data to your report. Right, when you click on get data, you will get options. Right, similarly you will also find this option from your ribbon as well. Now here I want to find CSV, so I can simply check this text CSV, or I can also search for that, right? Either one of that would work. Select text CSV, click connect. Now it will ask you for that file locally. You can pick the file. In my case it's office supplies. Click open. Now here you can see office supplies.csv file has specific data like few rows, right? Also you have order date, region, representative, item, units, and unit price. Right, now you can transform this data or simply load this. Click load. It will take some time to process. 43 rows now added. Now where would you find those fields is now you can look at this fields pane and then expand this. You can pick that and drop onto here. Then you can pick price and also the units. Okay, now as you can see, this was specific to your Power BI desktop version. What if you want to do this for your web-based interface? Let's go there. Now here you can see we have this place within our dashboard called create. We go for these options, then we have create new content, choose file. Now here on the left hand side you can see the available places, one being files, second being databases. So databases would require you to have a connector and their credentials. Then you have local file, OneDrive, SharePoint, and the help, right? So let's go with local file. Here you will pick one file, and here it's global supplies, right? If you have any previous example wish to delete, you can do so. Let me delete it. Now comes the data that we just added. So it's a CSV file and there is dataset. If I click on that, it should show me the respective workspace, right? So this is what we have done for importing the data from CSV file on our Power BI cloud account, right? So here we can create a report, auto create it, as you can see it will auto create and ask you to personalize. So this comes in handy when you have CSV file properly formatted with the data, right? So here you can see count of order, market, ship mode, segment, and market. So everything is auto done for you through create auto report, right? As you can see, it also adds the text for that particular file as well, right? So what we have seen so far is we have managed to import CSV data on Power BI cloud, right? Also our desktop account. So let me repeat it again. So in case of desktop account, you can go to your home and within that ribbon you choose get data. Click on more and you will have this particular dialog box where you select text CSV and then you choose connect, which will ask you to choose the CSV file, right? Now this was for desktop version. In case of your Power BI cloud, you can go to your dashboard, then within that workspace create and then choose these options, and where you can create new content using files, and within that local file you choose the file, right? And once you do, the file will be imported, right? And then you can create a report out of that. Or okay, so these two methods that you can use to import CSV data into Power BI. Okay, there is one more method to add your data. You can open your Power BI desktop, click enter data. It should open dialog box something like this. You can name this table, right? So let's say if I want to get the college distance data and select all. As you can see, it's very big data. So let's go with something simple. Have first 10 rows copied, right? And then I just paste it here. right? And that data is now here visible. You can simply load it. Before, can simply say college distance as the name of table and load it. Now this should load those 10 or so rows, right? If I double click, it should expand into those columns that we just copied, right? And now you are free to do your rest of the data processing and analysis from this imported data.